Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Dropout podcast. Today we have Theo obviously and we also have Martin Kurina, who's our guest.
What's up?
Yeah, so our first guest.
It's
What's
first
happening,
guest.
guys?
That's
on
quite
the
sick,
second
actually.
episode.
I know, that's
second
impressive.
Episode, yeah.
Amazing.
The first episode I really enjoyed like watching it back. Like I got like a chance to sit down and watch it. It was like quite I was expecting it to be more cringy than I thought.
What, the first episode?
Yeah, the first episode. Like I got to watch it back and I was like,
Right.
it's fine. Like
It was
I was
good,
like,
man. I watched some of it. It was sick.
it wasn't cringy.
Did you? Oh,
Such
nice
a good,
one.
yeah, of course, man.
cheers.
Of
Yeah,
course.
we're
I
talking
had
about
to
the
check
case.
it out and
Yeah.
also see what's up. with it,
Nice,
and
nice.
Good.
No, it was good, man. It's
Oh,
good.
nice.
Definitely.
Cool, yeah. But yeah, this episode is basically we're going to be talking to you just about like who you are, what you
Yeah.
do, that
Life.
type of shit, you
Everything,
know?
basically.
Like all
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
Absolutely, man. It's cool. Amazing. I'm
yeah.
glad to be here, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Definitely.
So I've known Martin for like I'd say like probably about 6 or 8 years probably.
No
Yeah,
way.
I've known
I
him for-
did not
yeah.
know
I
this.
like I've known him like through like mutual friends
Yeah.
and
So-
dancing and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Just to be clear, I had no idea who you were
Yeah.
until he
Okay,
mentioned
cool.
you.
Yeah.
He mentioned you. When did you mention?
Well, when I was suggesting ideas for the
It was
the
like 2
podcast,
days after we
Yeah.
recorded the first episode, and he was like,
Right.
"Bro, okay, I got a guest. We can get a guest, Martin Karina, on
Mhm.
here." I was like, "Okay, dope." I
You
didn't
did-
even know
I
who you
said
were. No,
it
yeah.
on.
That's
and
cool.
then and I was just like, "Oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
this is gonna be good. We have
Yeah.
like a guest, and I can learn about
Yeah.
like another person.
'Cause-
It's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. Like
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
thing.
why
Like
not?
what we want
like
to do.
interesting people.
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
shit
of course.
like that.
No, I appreciate it.
Because that's what we want to do with the podcast. We want to
Yeah.
just like I know it sounds stupid, but we want to just talk to people, have an interesting
Absolutely.
conversation, and it doesn't feel
About
like it's
anything, yeah.
about everything and anything
Yeah.
basically.
Whatever you want to talk.
So basically, Martin, you can take it away now. So
Cool.
who are you?
Where are you
So,
from? All that
right.
shit.
all that
So,
jazz.
I'm Martin Kurina. I'm from Prague.
Yep.
I'm half Spanish. I'm 25. I'm single. So I'm a singer, I'm an entrepreneur, and I do all different things to do with like fashion and music and
Yeah.
performing and whatever. The last 5 years I've been basically a entertainer in like a holiday park industry, working, performing with different people, and it's been kind of quite mad.
Yeah.
Quite
It's
mad,
been quite
mad,
busy,
mad.
isn't it?
Busy
Yeah.
time. And I think a lot of times there's been kind of like up, crazy, amazing moments, and also like down, kind of mad moments. Like, as
Yeah,
well. You know,
really.
there's been crazy moments and mad moments where kind of sometimes the crazy part goes amazing, and then the mad part goes like, oh my god, like.
Yeah.
And you stress over things.
You just
and
stress
stuff?
over things
Oh,
sometimes,
shit.
Because I
That's
think
it.
you're so, as an entertainer, you're so put out there to be like
In the public eye.
in the public eye, like, you know, you'll finish your show and you're expected to be all like, oh my god, hi guys, hey, thank you for coming to the show and to watch and blah blah, and you got to be still this, like, not a fake person, but you got to put on this like a fake front where you
Yeah.
got to be like, hi everyone,
Yeah, all the
even though you see
time.
me on stage like amazingly, you know, having a lovely time, I still got to come off stage
Yeah.
and still be like,
Yeah. Like
it's
I'm going back to my room now. Like you don't have to like I'm not like hi everybody all the time.
yeah, like you got to
But-
be hyper, and yeah, in some way it's like a fake life you got to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to go back even further because you said were you born in Swansea or did you move to Swansea?
So I was born in obviously Prague, Ostrava the place is called,
Wait,
Prague.
what was it called again?
Yeah,
Ostrava.
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 Oh,
Ostrava.
okay.
I've
Ostrava.
been to Prague.
Have you really?
Yes, I went to
What?
Prague earlier on this year. It was amazing. I went for my brother's stag. It was
Amazing.
very good.
Yeah, it's very known for like
Yeah,
stag
stag,
do's
yeah.
and like a lot of other things, but let's not
Yeah.
mention that, guys.
Yes.
But yeah, so,
So when did you move to Swansea then?
I moved in 2005 overall. 2005.
Yeah.
When I moved here, obviously, yeah. I mean, as a family, we started from like literally a crumb
Yeah.
to the point now we're like a baguette.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
That-
So
that-
who did you
that
move
makes
I
in
have
sense.
never heard that abbreviation, but I
Well,
understand
there we
what
go.
it means.
I'm a baguette, mate.
So who did you move here with?
My mum, my dad, my twin sister, my little sister, and my big sister.
Ah, right. Okay. So
yeah, we're all
so you've
together.
got 2 sisters and one.
No, 3 sisters.
Three
I'm like the
sisters.
only kind of boy in
The
the
only
house,
boy,
apart from
right,
my dad as
okay.
well. But
I didn't know you had a twin sister. I didn't know that.
Twin
Really?
man. Yeah, she's 5 minutes older than me. Like, which
Wow.
always
Annoying.
gets to me like, oh right,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, all right. Chill
So
out,
when
love.
so when you moved to Swansea then, what
Yeah.
did you where did you go to school? Did you
So I went to a primary school in I went straight into year 6. Obviously, I knew no English. I knew basically nothing.
Wow.
You didn't know any English?
You didn't know
Absolutely
any
not,
English
Wow.
at all.
I knew nothing. So for me, it was
Damn.
like,
completely different?
I just don't know. It was so hard to explain, but you know, you kind of go to like year 6 and you're surrounded by, you know, these British kids, and you are the foreign one in the
Yeah.
class, kind of going like, hello,
Yeah.
I'm Martin,
was-
and you know, all
you
the
get, like,
typical.
bullied or anything?
Yeah,
for
I'm not
that?
gonna lie, I
Really?
did.
Did-
I
did
did,
they,
man.
like,
for
because you were,
for
like-
not knowing English, or
Yeah.
for not
You were
being
the
like
new
British, the
kid
new
and
kid in town, and
not even from
you know,
country, yeah.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know, it was me being there doing my thing where, I don't know, like, because I knew even then, like, oh my god, like, you know, I want to be a dancer, but then trying to dance in primary school, it was like impossible, because if you dance primary school, people think you're gay, or they think this, or they think that.
Well,
That is so true.
And
that
that's
is
so
that's
the typical like, oh my god, do you dance?
so
are you gay
true.
then?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, they think you're gay.
Welcome
yeah.
to the wagon.
I had like I'm not like
you must have been that.
yeah,
What
like
the
it was
fuck?
yeah.
I just realised.
Yeah, it was bad because like when like especially being a boy like and starting dancing, everyone's like, oh, so do you wear like do you do ballet? I'm like, no, I don't do ballet.
With ballet.
You're like, oh right, you're gay. I'm like, no, I'm not gay. Like, do you know what I mean?
Just because I dance,
yeah,
like,
it
Jesus
doesn't
Christ,
mean
is Chris
anything.
Brown gay? Or,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh sure, like,
No,
do you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
but
it's
when
mental.
you
So
you
yeah,
knew from then that you wanted to like.
I knew straight away from that point. I mean, even
before then.
even before then, when I was in Czech, there was like this youth club called Kotva, and we used to always go there like Kotva. What's up, man? Off to Kotva. So we used to always like go there as like kids and like just like dance and like put on music and just whatever, like jam and like on the streets like people like ghetto style and shit. And even from there, I knew like I just want to be a dancer, but like how can I do this kind of stuff? Blah blah.
Yeah.
So anyway, even from that, coming on to then going to year 7 and year 8, they're like the two kind of years. Even then, like were a bit like, oh my god, like taking back, because I think in my school, we had some foreigners, but not as many foreigners as like maybe some other schools in like London or whatever. I don't know. So it's quite kind of different. But then even when you are as a person from like a different country coming to like the UK, you know, you're expected to do more than anything else anyway. I think, you know, and I don't know. It was the kind of moment where I just felt like,
did you ever want to leave Swansea when you first moved here? Then was there like a lot of homesickness? Like were you living in Prague?
No, because in Czech overall, if you live in a place like Czech, I mean, yeah, okay, you know, there are moments where you feel like, I don't know, because I think overall, when you kind of go into the place where like I mean, if you ask anyone from a different country, like, why did you come to UK? They'll go, oh, because my country's shit. And you go, okay, why? And then you explain why, and then it's like that. But overall, like, the country is great, like, don't get me wrong. Exactly. But I think there's so many things that, you know, you could have a better life, you know, overseas coming to UK. Yeah. Because that way UK brings you more opportunities. Yeah, and, definitely. You know, I know if I was to say to my teacher now in Czech, like, oh, hi, guys, basically, I've done these things in the last 5 years, they'd probably laugh at me and probably won't believe me. Yeah, 100%. Whereas, like, in UK now, if I was to go to say my comp, and they would be like, "Oh my god, wow, well done! Like, we knew you could make it," you know, and all that shizzle. But I just don't know. Yeah, it's quite mad. I think when coming to like the country, not knowing English.
So how old are you? You were like 10 or 11 then.
I was 10, 11, ish. Yeah.
So when you first moved to Swansea, where did you move to in Swansea?
So I first lived in Terrace Road area, which is not far from here. Yeah. And then went to Town Hill, then Mount Pleasant. Right. And then from a Pleasant, now in Penlan, and I've been there since like I think over like 10 years at least.
Really?
Or something.
Oh, wow. Do you live alone? Or?
I have my family and stuff. Yeah. The last 4 years I've not, because obviously been traveling, and obviously wherever you travel and you work, you seem to like work and live where you work and live. Yeah. It's weird. So I'm kind of back at home now, like my parents.
Are you a family person?
Yeah, 100%. We're very close as a family.
I see that. I see a lot. Yeah, like a lot on Instagram. Like you know, you post days out with your family. Yeah, it's nice to see, because there's a lot of like because let's be honest, a lot of influencers will have that perspective of kind of like, oh, it's just about the brand, it's just about me, it's just about this, it's just about that, and then they'll show a little glimpse. But you do seem like a genuine caring person about your family. Yeah, because I remember when you left where you were last at, I can't remember where it was, but I remember you videoing yourself and you were saying like, I can't wait to come home. I can't wait to see my family.
Definitely, man. It's a huge thing when you travel and when you work away. Yeah. Especially like I would have been like the last person to leave the house, because I'm such a like mummy and daddy's boy. So literally, like I would have been the last one. So you know, the fact that I've left the house since being like 19, you know, working away from home and you know living this independent life where you're like, oh my god, I'm an adult now. Like I am literally on my own, living in a place like this. I gotta clean, I gotta wash the dishes myself, I gotta, you know, do this myself, and you know, shopping and
little things like that.
It's just little things like that, and you just kind of think, wow.
When you're back now, obviously in Swansea. So, what are you doing right now?
So right now, I'm doing things to do with fashion, with working with different brands, where basically I'm like an ambassador for a few brands, and you're literally just given clothes to model in the photo shoot, advertise, talk about products. So that's the kind of like influencing job I've got on social media, on Instagram. Then obviously working with different ambassadors, also on top of businesses where I'm working, trying to make them gaining like the customers and audience and insights to do with like marketing and advertising. then obviously then on top of that working on other shows to do with like myself as a Bruno Mars Tribute, so that's the kind of side thing I do.
Talk to me about the Bruno Mars Tribute.
So
what's that all about?
You've been doing that. I remember when you first kind of started it. I was like,
I've seen it in your bio. I don't understand. Like, what's
so basically, when I was like back in the daytimes,
well, this is when I first met you.
Are you a fan of Bruno Mars?
Yeah, like huge fan. I never was until like the people thought I looked like him, and then from then I just kind of went, okay, cool. If I can look like someone, I'll take that. Thank you, give me money, and I'll do a show. You know, and that's literally what it's been like. So it's been from the age of like 19 something roughly. I would just wear a hat and glasses. Nothing that I would be like, oh my god, today I'm gonna look like Bruno. Oh my god, you know, and try and be like him. No way. But then I would be randomly stopped on the streets, or like my manager would be like, "Oh my god, Martin, like you look like Bruno. Why don't you do a Bruno show?" So when the CEO of the company that I worked for before said to me, you know, "We want you to do a Bruno show, Martin. Please do it." And I've gone, "Oh, okay. Well, this is like the huge guy like in the company wants me to do it." I thought, "Let's go."
Yeah.
You know, what's the money like? What's this like? What's this like? And the fact Bruno as a person is so like dancing and singing at the same time, and that's what I love to do. So you know, some people might find it hard, some people might find, oh my god, I can only just sing, or I can just dance. So luckily God gave me the talent to sing and dance, which is amazing. I'm so thankful for that. If it was here right now, I'd thank him, but you know, he's in heaven.
Did you start dancing or singing?
I started I think both together, man. Yeah, both together.
Came hand in hand.
Yeah, I don't know, it was weird. I think there was some moments where I started singing, but then some moments, I don't know, I think dancing. Yeah, I'm lying. Yeah, dancing.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I danced first, and then from dancing then, back in the Grandswell days, Amanda Thompson, boom, boom, started dancing in Grandswell, and then from Grandswell then having a moment where it just went from doing little things to do with shows and crews and whatever, and then just went to singing in like a charity thing in school.
Yeah. Because you went around, because I remember that was one thing, it was you went around to schools, didn't you? You did like a school tour, didn't you?
Yeah, so I released a single, and as a singer then kind of gets a chance to kind of go out to different places to perform. On top of that, obviously with my experience with Bullying Bullied and all this shit, I thought, okay, why don't I just join a ABA association, which is the Anti-Bullying Association. So for me, I was able to come into obviously schools and perform. They talk about how I became like, well, a singer, and how I can gain this and do this and whatever, trying to kind of give these kids like a way of kind of going, if you guys want to be a singer, don't stop yourselves from doing it, or don't not believe in the dream that you want to believe in, because there's obviously so many kids.
We were saying earlier, like how people would think it would be gay or something.
Well, even that, it's like the fact that, you know, I know when I was in year 7 and year 8 trying to sing, you know, there were boys that were doing rugby and football. Yeah, cool, mate, you kick a ball and you catch a ball, you know, you play with balls.
So they're not gay,
do you know what I mean? Does that mean that you're gay?
Yeah.
Because like
exactly.
you play with balls,
stupid,
but you don't, because you're just like, it's weird, and you just really think like,
I had that problem.
I just don't get it, man. The society is, and it's still happening today, though. It's still happening today. Like even the whole thing with.
I think it's not even just like, it's not even like, you know how like if people associate people into categories. For example, like singer, dancer, if you're a male doing that, you're gay. If you play rugby, football, or whatever, you're considered cool. If you played video games, you're considered a nerd.
Yeah.
It was like into these stupid fucking categories.
Yeah.
These people, and I always thought how stupid it was back then.
Because that's what you were. You were
I
a nerd,
was like a fucking nerd because I played video games.
No, I'm joking.
And it was just like that was how my category was when I was in school.
Yeah.
So like for you guys, you guys were gay and I was a nerd.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there we go.
Exactly.
Any gays out there, hello, call me up.
No, but
nah, it's just mad, man. It's just nuts. And I think overall, what really comes down to it is the fact that when I did start to like, you know, tour around schools, you know, and obviously you get to meet different people, you know, when I got the chance to meet some of the kids out there that generally are telling me like, I want to be a singer, but my daddy thinks it's this, or, you know, this and this. And, you know, the fact that like your parents obviously are huge assets to your life and to your future. The fact that literally some parents are happy to go to the child like, you're not doing this, I want you to be a doctor, focus on being, and it's like, come on, man, let your child just be who they want to be.
Were your parents very supportive?
Yeah.
So
at the beginning, it was a bit like, right, are you sure you want to do this? Like, because you're literally leaving us as a family to do whatever you want. Are you sure you're gonna, you know, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, when I said to my mum and dad, like, look, guys, I want to do this, and this is what I want to do, like, please just allow me to do it kind of thing. Because before, obviously, that all happened, before I left, I was just working as a receptionist whilst touring, whilst singing, whilst performing in Neath. Yeah, I mean, I did so many jobs, man.
Really?
Like, if I only put down what jobs I've had, I see like a fucking Bible.
Really?
Jesus Christ, man, yeah.
So what
could you count them all, like, in
okay, so like the jobs I had. So the first ever job I had.
Let's hear the jobs you've had.
So I was 14.
And rate them too. So when you say them all.
Okay.
Actually, no, you're gonna rate from lowest to highest, lowest to best, or best to lowest.
Best. Like, rate your go from the
worst jobs you've ever
and then
had.
Go on to the best ones.
Then go to the best.
But without the performing aspect. So we'll get because I want to talk about that more in detail.
Oh no, yeah, that's cool. So okay, so are we talking first the best jobs?
We'll talk about the worst jobs first.
Worst jobs. Okay, the worst job ever, working for a kebab shop, Dala Curry Swansea, if you're out there, big up. Literally in my person when I was 14.
14?
Yeah, I started working at 14. 14,
Did you
15.
get paid?
Yeah, shit money, mate. £10 an hour, only done 2 hours on a Saturday, Sunday, where basically I was walking around different areas in Swansea with this other guy, and we literally would just delivering leaflets.
Really?
For the fucking kebab shop.
Well, really, you're just delivering leaflets.
Delivering leaflets, mate. But the house is the amount of times you go in 1 hour.
There's a lot, isn't it?
There's a lot of houses. Yeah. And when you're going to Constitution Hill, you know the big hill? Yeah.
Not fun.
Nah.
Have you seen Constitution Hill?
No.
It's like, I'm not even exaggerating, it's about that.
Is it like the hill over there?
It's worse. It's worse.
It's worse?
Oh yeah.
It's
like the steepest, it's one of the steepest hills.
It's one of the steepest in Swansea.
Easily.
If you were to go on a bike,
I'll take you later on.
You could die. There was a guy once I know.
Later on? I don't want to go up this fucking
No, we
hill.
won't go up it.
It sounds like a nightmare, man.
No, it wasn't good.
If it's ice or something, snow, man, you're dying.
So
so that job. Then Cosmo, okay.
Wait, Cosmos,
yeah, in Swansea.
Oh, the restaurant.
Yeah, before it closed down because of whatever reasons.
Yeah, they had like rats. And
it
was disgusting. Yeah, in Swansea. Do you remember?
Cosmos?
You know, next to Cinema and Co. You know, Nines.
Yeah.
Nines now. Yeah. Obviously, it's not Cosmos, but there used to be Cosmos.
Yeah.
And it was like there was photos on Facebook everywhere posted, and it was like you could see rats, and people were like, "Did you work there during that time?"
Just before it, kind of roughly. So I was there for like. I don't know, maybe like I don't know, I think I want to say maybe over a year, I don't know, or just before, kind of like 10 months maybe. So I started off just doing normal waitering job, and then went from there to just doing, I think, like a section leader, where basically you have like your own section. It was like the shittest thing ever. But you felt like you were cool because you're like your own section, and like you're in charge of it, you know, all that. And then just went to recruitment and receptionist, and then basically it was just me handling CVs and whoever I thought was like
really getting
a job. I mean, I probably if it was like.
Did you enjoy it at all?
Just give it a job and literally not.
To be fair, I mean, I think I would do the same.
Honestly, she's fair.
I don't think I would be suitable enough for the job because I would just do that shit all the time.
But then the girl probably wouldn't turn up the next day, so I'm like, oh, you know what, my manager's kicking off with me now. She's in here for working. But yeah, so that's that. And then, but yeah, I think I did enjoy it because it did teach me a lot of like values and like, you know, gain me more skills and like a thing of kind of, well, when you got to like talk to people who are like business oriented, I can't say the word, that's the one, and then you got to speak to people that are just like, you know, the public and whatever, and problem solving, all this kind of shit. So
did you see any rats when you were there?
I didn't see any rats, but I seen a lot of blood upstairs.
Did you?
Whoa.
Yeah, a lot of blood just like dripping down from like
blood of what? What was
it? Chickens?
Oh,
I think it was chickens. Was it chickens? I don't know.
Could
be wrong.
I thought we were going to get something really out there.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly the blood.
Yeah.
No, did you enjoy so you ranked the leaflets worse than Cosmos?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was I mean, I don't mind walking, but the fact that you walk it and you're carrying this shitty bag that literally says the company's brand on it, which is just basically
kebab house,
like kebab house. Is that all of them? Then,
so these two, and then the rest were like good jobs.
Yeah. Oh, that's good then.
So the rest were the good jobs, where basically I was a play worker and a youth worker. I did voluntary work as a youth worker in Town Hill Centre.
Oh, really?
And then went from there.
25, right?
Sorry?
25. You're 25.
25, yeah. Oh, so I was 16, 16 basically. Lying. I was 15. I was 15 volunteering, working in Town Hill Youth Centre, and then I was aiming to then work on a SMT course, which is like a kind of like a equivalent to like a youth worker. And then I was able to do, teach dance basically through like little kind of classes, just like go in there and, you know, helping the kids out.
So you learned dance with Amanda then, did you? Because
not really. No, I went to 2 classes and then that was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Where you self-taught then? Are you?
Yeah, just literally watched from like videos from like. I think You Got Served was the film that kind of brought me.
Have you seen You Got Served?
I love that
film.
film.
But I've seen.
It's sick.
Just Dance.
Yeah.
Just Dance.
So like Just Dance, Step Up, all these kind of films, and I just kind of like I would just watch the films and then just go from there. But I think as a family, we're all very weirdly, crazily dancing. Like if a song comes on, my mum's like there, like
really.
You know, and
that's nice. That's nice to have a family.
Yeah, we all love that kind of Spanish vibe.
You're very.
You half Spanish then?
Half Spanish, man. Yeah.
So is that your mother's side?
Mother's side, off from Spain.
Oh, so you can speak Spanish.
Spanish, English, Polish, Slovakian, Czech, and.
Shit.
Well, wait.
English.
Italian.
Italiano,
see.
I didn't know you could speak all those languages.
Just learned, mate. Just weird.
So that's good for jobs then, obviously, when you're
in some way, yeah. If I'm away, while I was working once, away in Spain and whatever, I gained obviously better knowledge of Spanish. Then my manager was Italian, and then obviously around me people were Polish and Slovakian and
exactly.
Whatever,
so we'll go on. Well, obviously we'll go on to that now. So what made you move to Spain? Why did you leave?
I think the main thing for me is that sometimes when you're so aiming to do something in life and you just think, okay, I'm going to do it, and then you do it, but then you realize sometimes things don't work out, and I think sometimes that don't really come to like a puzzle. Like sometimes you can have a puzzle and you always go, oh my god, there's like this one piece that's missing. Like where the hell is this one piece? And rather than you finding that one piece to make it all work and make it all like look amazing, it's better to just go, you know what, screw it, I'm just not gonna bother with this piece because it's stressing me out and it's making me, you know, agitated, and it's making me like have my head go over the place. And it's better for you to just forget about that puzzle and just move on and focus on something else that makes you feel like more positive and more about, like, I've never been so, in the last say like year or two, never felt constantly so positive. Like I think there's so many things that if I only wake up one day and something happens or this, I don't know, like I think there's so many things that we as humans sometimes really worry about, and if it's like me worrying about an outfit, I don't know what to wear, and then I'll stress out and I'm like, oh my god, what do I wear, or you know, what do I eat, what do I drink, whatever it is. I think it's so just into the whole mind of, you know, keeping it chilled and keeping it cool and just being a positive guy, where, you know, sometimes even meditation for me like really helps me. And I think sometimes even if it's me, well, when I was in Spain, you know, I was a fitness instructor where I literally knew nothing about fitness, like Jesus Christ, like someone told me to do yoga and I'd be like, what? So that, you know, for me to be able to learn about like yoga, you learn about like all these kind of like fitness things to do with like, you know, body and mind and just I think just so
how long ago did you move to Spain?
So literally 2017 March time.
Right. Okay.
March, end of March, I went.
So did you have? Because obviously I've known you for years, so I've known about, you know, the MTK triangle. Yeah. So that was your first. Was that your first brand?
First brand, yeah. So I was.
We'll talk about that then, because that was before Spain.
Yeah, just before Spain.
That was just before Spain. So with that, I knew about MTK. I was like a lot of people around Toronto used to wear it. I remember the green hoodies, the pink ones, and stuff like that. So that who started that brand then? So
it was basically me coming into, well, when I worked in Treacle Bay in 2015, you know, living in a caravan, high life apparently. Jesus, never again. Yeah. Basically, where you're living in like a luxury caravan, you're there having a cool time, then you go, oh, I got a spare room. What can I turn this into? And then you kind of start thinking, okay, well, I've always been this kind of person where whatever I want to wear, I'll wear, and no one can tell me like, oh, that looks shit. And if they do, then you can't get it because I've got it and you haven't, kind of thing. Yeah. So I was always very kind of like having limited clothing or going to different places to buy certain things, or if not, just creating my own stuff. And I was always into that. So if I would find some jeans, I would turn the jeans in some way slightly a bit different, so that I'm the only one that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
And it's so like, rather than you come into town, you're looking at Dick and Larry and Adam and John, they're all wearing the same shit, and it's like you all.
I am very.
It's like you all just kind of like called up and go, right, mate, wear the Reeboks, yeah, the white ones, and you know, you're all coming together wearing this kind of stuff. So
I think it brings out personalities way
absolutely,
more.
Absolutely, man, absolutely.
Because
so
it's like, you know what, limited clothing, it just it closes the gap on terms of like, how do I explain? It's like everybody's just used to wear, before like limited clothing was like really a thing, like back in early like 2000s and like all that shit, like limited like standard clothing. Yeah, it's just like now it's like more people do limited clothing and shit like that. Like more brands do limited clothing, and it's just like it's much better because you get to see what like the type of shit people are more into.
I mean, of course it might cost a lot, but then you go, well, I've got it and you haven't, so
So did you started MCK in Treacle Bay?
In Treacle Bay, man, yeah.
Wow.
So literally, I was earning money on the side. Yeah, I was earning money on the side more than as the trooper. Just saying. So basically, yeah, I was in this caravan thinking, okay, cool, let's do it. And I thought, well, I've always wanted to wear my own stuff with like my initials on it, but then the first night I thought, oh my god, wait, if I have MK on a t-shirt, that's Michael Kors, and he's gonna like sue my ass. So I was like, how can I make it a bit different? So I just thought, okay, I'm gonna add a little triangle, because on the M you've got like 3 triangles there, and on the K you've got triangle there. Yeah. So I thought, okay, cool, let's just call it MK Triangle, and then I just went from there, where I just literally first had the samples. So for me to be able to just see what it looks like, went to Primark, bought a shitty black and white top, black and white hoodie. Went to the market in town in Swansea. I literally went, look, mate, I've got a plan, I've got an idea, but you need to make it work. Reese guy is amazing.
He's the one that does your printing now, doesn't he?
He's the one that because he's starting my stuff now. So I thought, okay, cool. So why don't I just continue using this guy? Yeah. You know, he's a local business, and miss me, you know, helping him out, him helping me out now, and yeah, we're just, like I said, we're on a partnership now, working together for different obviously stuff. But yeah, literally started in Treacle Bay, and then from there, then obviously we wanted to progress it during Christmas time. Leaving Treacle in the second year, it literally was me finishing work, say at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, before like say the show at 7, me having like 4 hours to literally pack orders, print labels, get it all in this caravan, smallest room of my life, and sending it quickly with a suitcase to the post office at the bottom of the road. And then from there literally heading straight back to the show dome, and then doing a show in the evening, then going back home again, looking at orders. You know, there was all just from Instagram. You know, people were just messaging saying, I want this, I want this. I didn't have no website, nothing. And for me to be able to make more money from Instagram, having a brand, more than as an entertainer, that's when I kind of went, well, surely I'm doing something wrong. Okay, it's extra money, but it's like that job was my main job, and the entertaining job was just like a side job. So it was a bit like, what?
So did you started MCK on your own then, did you?
Completely on my own. And then when I knew I needed some kind of investment, I needed someone to just come in to my life and go, I'll help you, don't worry, you know. And Joshua Dax came in, great friend of mine still to this day. So yeah, he just came in, we'd done what we had to do, and obviously money was put together to get this brand obviously up and coming, get it out there, and, you know, releasing a website, doing like different giveaways. And I think within a few days, it was just mad. People knew about it, people were buying it, across different places. I think the biggest thing we done was the £300 giveaway, where basically every single pretty much item that we had in stock, we basically randomly chose a winner that commented on it and liked it and shared it, all that jazz. We contacted the mum of the boy, so we just literally like somehow got in touch with this boy's mum in I don't know where it is, somewhere I can't remember, somewhere in Pontypridd or something, I think it was, somewhere in the valleys. And literally we ended up in this guy's house. He's literally playing on PlayStation, and it was hilarious. He was playing PlayStation, so imagine you sitting there thinking you didn't win nothing, but he obviously like joined the competition. But his mum was like who are you guys? Why do you want to come to my house? We're like, mate, we got like 20 fucking bags. Like for your son, he won a competition from our brand before our launch happens for the website. You know, can we come to your house? We want to give it to your son. And Garen, that's the Garen. And he literally, she allowed us, obviously she was chuffed. She was like, hey, go on. He's got free clothes just for Christmas. So he literally went to his house, giving him all these clothes. He was like shocked, he didn't know what he was saying. He literally was just gobsmacked. Threw the bloody controller on the floor. Obviously ended up breaking us. We had to pay for the controller, which was whatever, but anyway. And that's literally how it all kind of went from there. And then from there, obviously, things are happening, things are going on, where you've got 2 different people
behind the scenes more than anything, isn't it?
You know, it's the fact that people see a front thing of a front of a book. You know, you see it going on, go out, and people even judge it, or they read it and then judge it. But some people are very quick in judging a book by its cover, I guess. Did
you get a lot of judgment from starting your own brand?
Yeah,
did you see it was
absolutely.
Like, was it a lot of negative, or was it mainly positive?
60% positive. And 40% negative, 100%.
But you hear more of the negative because you only pay more attention to negative.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you started the brand, was the intention just not to just get your name on a jumper or anything like that, or like kind of have that like, oh, that's mine? Was it kind of like always your idea?
It was my idea and my thought of going, I want to be able to wear like just my own clothes, rather than me going to like Zara, even though I love the shop and I still go there now, rather than me going to different shops or going to different brands. I mean, back then when I started, there weren't many brands out there. Now you search the word attire and it's like 1,000 pages. You search the word, I don't know, men, and you have so many different clothing brands, whatever, you know. So back in that time, I was like, well, if I can do it, just being a typical lad from, you know, a Penland, again, you know, sometimes someone might think, oh, you know, it's a crazy, you know, mad area or whatever, but literally me being just a typical normal lad from Swansea, thinking I can create a business, and if I can do it with literally having absolutely nothing, and just having my paycheck coming in from like an entertainer kind of paycheck, which was like, say, well, maybe, I don't know, 300, 400 pound a week, whatever, you know, and having half of that to the brand and half of that to my actual life, like, you know, food and drinks, whatever, then if I can do it, anyone can. And this is the whole thing where I can hopefully in the future kind of go, look guys, well, which I haven't even to this day now, I've really gone like, you know, if someone out there wants to create something out of their life and wants to do something, rather than you constantly talking about it, just actually making it happen and just do it. And it's all about just inspiring people, man, out there, and really like supporting them in any shape or form. So. Yeah,
because that was your first brand. So why, what happened with that? Why did that one? Because obviously you're not tied to it anymore.
No. So it was to the point where we were both very two different people in a way, where Josh himself, and he'll say this himself, he was very, I mean, he knew everything. He knew things to do with figures. He knew things to do with numbers. He knew things to do with like stock and, you know, all the really high things out there, which I have no clue about. I knew all the lows and stuff. So I think anyway, overall, it's the fact that I was more of the front person and he was more of the person just to, you know, come in and, you know, buy the stock, do this and do that, sort the website out, sort this out and sort that out. So, you know, we are both very two different people, and I think overall we just thought, well, when as people and as friends are clashing, and it's like you've got, I don't know, oil and water, you know, they ain't gonna hug me, like they're gonna separate each other, and that's like how it was. And you know, we're still friends to this day now, but we know where we stand with the business, so I can handle the whole clashing and I can handle the whole whatever with it. So I thought, you know, the brand's still doing great. He's got his own stock. He invested money into the business. So you enjoy it, bro. But I'm out. Yeah. And that was literally it.
Is it you just left?
Just
was
left.
There one?
And
obviously I know you're still friends now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, was there like
was there
beef? Was there a beef?
We were literally. I will tell you this now. I'll be honest. We were literally in a car in Penland on my road. And I met up with him and I said, I can't do it, bro. I can't do it anymore. I can't physically continue being stressed every single day, every single night, thinking about the brand and thinking about this and thinking about us as friends. And I think the fact that, you know, he will always be my friend no matter what anyway, but it's the fact that when you genuinely have to speak like on the business side of things,
would you
just got to go like,
would you say it's like sorry to interrupt you, but would
cool.
you say it's like, you know how they say you shouldn't go into work or like
you shouldn't work with a relationship?
I know exactly.
Was it like that?
Yeah.
Because, you know, it wouldn't make the relationship work.
No.
Yeah.
100%.
So your friendship wasn't affected after? Was it affected afterwards?
I mean, after it was literally me going like, I'm done. Went out. There was literally like a scene on EastEnders, and he'll say himself.
Oh God, it was
literally,
dramatic.
It was just like, no. It was just literally like I'm done. I'm sorry, man, but you know. So literally, it was just me being done, getting out of the car, going home, and then 2 weeks later, me going, right, let's go. I want to continue pursuing my dream into becoming the next performer and whatever, and doing shows and all that kind of jazz. And then he went to his own thing, and then
is he still doing the brand?
Yeah, it's still like I mean, yeah, he's been smashing it, absolutely.
Really?
Like I said, big up to him. He's still doing.
So he lives in Swansea still.
No, he lives in Londonderry, so he's got the brand there where it's aimed. Where when we first began doing the brand, it was based in Brecon, because that's where he had. He had his own hotel there, and obviously we ended up actually living in a hotel together there, working on the brand with our own little studio room and stock room. Everything.
I didn't know that. So wow, that's impressive.
It was insane. It was really, really cool. So like I said, we had everything like legit, like top notch. Everything was amazing. But again, you know, people see the whole front of it going, oh my God, it's all great, but then actually going deep down and under, you find out the more insights. And I think, you know, no one really knows deep down about this, but hey, you know now.
That's the thing, because like people, I think, obviously, because this is why we called it, this is one of the reasons we call it the Dropout podcast, is because we want to eventually one day is make clothing. That's what our plan is.
And it's amazing.
That's why I wanted to get you on, because we wanted to speak to you.
My dad knows about this, and he was just like, if you guys need help, let me know.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
my dad wanted, because he wanted, he hates his fucking job. He's a carpenter, and he's getting old, and he just fucking hates it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he was just like, as like a side thing,
Did you tell him?
Be like, yeah, and he was just like, he'll help with
because that's what we want to do. We want to do a clothing line together. We want to bring it out.
My dad can mail shit out.
Yeah, exactly. Because we like, and
we have the right people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's all about contact.
Exactly.
Absolutely. They're happy to help
you. Did you get a lot of the, because obviously we'll carry on talking and stuff like that, but I mean, from that brand, did you have a lot of contacts to help with the new brand? Or were they
from that brand. So when it all kind of finished and gone done, and then, sorry, wait, what's the question? What do you mean?
So like, did you have a lot of connections from that?
Oh yeah, sorry,
brand?
yeah. So connections through celebrities, people that you see on TV, owners from actual brands that you probably, when you were young, bought yourself. Like, so Hype, you know, when I was like 12, 13, I used to wear Hype. So for me to go, hi mate, you're right, you're owner from Hype. Hi mate, you're right. You know, it's weird. And then you go, you meet different people from like, Ratchet Clothing, you know, this guy is huge. Like, we're now going, I met him and he's now designing clothes for Rihanna's tour and Beyonce's tour with like clothing and that he does. You've got Megan and Wes, when they were together, he was literally their like stylist, where he literally went out of their way with them together to find like an outfit for like an NTA awards and stuff like that. So, you know, you really get to meet different people through the brand. It wasn't just a brand where you go, hi guys, we're selling clothes because we need money. It wasn't about that for me. It was all about the name for myself, to get out there, to prove to people that literally are there, to go, well, if Markin can do it, anyone can, so why not do it? And
so when that like company when that company stopped, did you go to Spain then?
I literally, within, I think 17th of March, I left. I think that's my phone.
You can check your phone, man. Honestly, it's fine.
Yeah, we're very open.
Hello. Nah, it's cool.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's fine.
You can answer the phone. Honestly.
Nah, it's fine. It's
get him on.
Nah, it's cool. We can wait. Busy guys, busy. Sorry, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, so literally it was the 17th of March I left, and then literally within like 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, 17th, and then the 30th I left, and from UK. Well,
really?
from
Wow. So where did you move to in Spain?
Fuerteventura. It's a place in the Canary Islands.
Oh wow.
Next to Lanzarote and Tenerife.
Mad.
It's like kind of next to it and stuff. So yeah, I was there, entertainer, living life.
So how did you find out about that then?
Just searched entertainer abroad
really?
on Google. Man, it sounds weird, but literally just entertainer abroad, seeing what's going to come up, and yeah, just went on ensweb.com.
Oh right.
Ensweb.com. It's a pretty cool site. Anything to do with like jobs and stuff, like it's really good. And especially if you're like a dance job for like a season or something, like you literally go on there. You have like either like a 3-month season or a 6-month or 12-month. So I just went from the 12-month. I thought I just want to get out and just leave Swansea, have a next kind of new head, you know, new body, new change, new people,
I agree.
and just everything. And it's the best thing you can do, honestly. If you ever feel a bit like, oh, I can't do it anymore, just change your people, change your ways, change everything. I'm sure you've done that.
You went well. How long have you been back in Swansea?
I've been here in 2 days at the time of recording it, which is the 18th. So on the 20th, I would be here a month.
Yeah, so you came back from Toronto. You lived out in Toronto for 6 months. You lived in Toronto. 7 months.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't even realise that.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you went out to Spain, did you go as a dancer or did you go as a singer?
I went as a...
We'll talk about that one day.
That's
a podcast.
Did you hear what I said? What did you say? I was like, it was fucking hell.
So you like, it was that. We'll get you on to talk about that. Maybe you'll have a smile and learn everything about it.
Yeah.
But no, when you went out there, did you go as a dancer?
So I went there as a dancer and singer. But the thing was, as soon as I arrived in this, I mean, it was the best hotel on the actual Fuerteventura Island itself. Really? Like literally legit the best one. There was, you know, the ratings, the everything with it was just like insane. So the minute you go into the hotel, you think, oh my god, wow, I am in this hotel, like as if it's happening, you know. But then when you got to think about the fact that you're applying for a job and people that you're talking to literally speak no English, and you're trying to to like speak to them, and I'm like, mate, you're giving me a job, you're giving me a contract, but I do not understand what you're saying right now. Like, why would you work for a company as huge as that company that was there, active? Literally, I just don't know what it was. I think overall, anyway, I mean, it was an amazing company to work for. But the beginning, what really messed me up was the fact that some shows, when you go on holiday, you guys probably, I don't know if you've been on holiday, in Spain, whatever, and sometimes you kind of go and you're like, oh, they're singing. Oh, wait, they're actually not, they're miming. And you go, okay, well, they're good dancers. And, you know, you kind of do that thing. Well, so this hotel I went in, obviously previous to a few years, once I was in Seaweed in Hairspray, and basically, so I kind of went, oh my god, I know this voice, like this sounds literally like, you know, they were doing a Hairspray show in the theatre, and I literally, the minute I dropped my bags, I didn't care who was going to talk to me. There was a manager, I was like, 2 minutes, I need to see the show, but like literally wait out, let me just hear what's going on, let me see what's going on. And I'm standing there going, this guy sounds so much like Seaweed. I'm
who?
done.
Like
Seaweed, which is the guy that actually plays the role of on like the show Hairspray.
I've never seen this show, so I've
never seen it.
It's like a musical show anyway.
Oh, right,
and the original guy, because I had to like mimic the voice and whatever, because also you have to do the whole American kind of style singing. And I heard it and I was like, this guy sounds like him. Like, oh my god, competition. Oh my god, what shit? No way. Like, I'm gonna be shit. He's gonna be good. And all that kind of stuff. And in the end, it was actually a backing track.
Oh. Man.
With everything in it, so it was all like just a master track of the whole show, and they were just miming the whole show, and they were legit like insane dancers. So I kind of gone,
what, insane, good or
like
bad?
generally like insane, amazing dancers,
really?
like flexible, like tricks, like really really good dancers. So I kind of gone, okay, they're really good dancers, but then they can't sing, and I'm the only singer. And they told me that they've got singers, but they haven't, because I checked every single one of them. Not even one of them had the mic. So I'm stood there like going, okay, so I'm being part of a show. Possibly miming, and 3 months.
Were you annoyed at the idea? So
I was fuming.
So did you sing? So you didn't sing out there?
For 3 months, I didn't sing at all.
Wow.
Swear down. I was basically not gonna lie. I was miming for 3 months.
Do you make your own music? Like, do you write?
Yeah. I'm a singer writer as well. So obviously I write my stuff and whatever with it. So for me, it was so like.
I bet that was quite soul. I bet that was not like soul destroying, but I bet you were kind of like.
I kind of felt like I went from here to like here.
Yeah.
Like so going, okay.
So when you moved out to Spain, were your family like upset? Were you upset? Like, what was it? Was it kind of?
I think
just like,
I just knew though. Overall, I think I knew overall that for me it was more about if I can still perform, it's cool. Yeah. Like the theater was like huge. Yeah, like 2,000 people at least that could hold in a theater. The people that were there themselves, like the actual audience, like they weren't like legit like some audience from like Blind Mice coming in to watch a show. Do you know what I mean? No offense to them, but it was literally like people that you would probably see on TV, people that you probably would love to meet because you want to find out about their company that they own. Or, these were like luxury people, like really, really cool. Like people I met like from cruises that were like the managers or directors that would say to you, don't work here, come with me next month and I'll give you this job. You would really make connections with people where even to this day now I could contact and go, that time that you told me about let's make it work, I met New Balance, the actual shoes, the actual designer of New Balance.
Oh, sick.
Where literally he ended up sending me 6-7 pairs of shoes that he didn't even release, that were literally in there, and then obviously it was just kind of go as if I'm talking to someone that owns and is a designer for New Balance.
How long were you in Spain for then?
Overall about I think 11 months maybe.
Is it
10,
what
11 months.
What was your reason to come back then? Because obviously
manager.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately, again, me and managers I just don't know what it is sometimes. I just don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Yeah. I think I just don't seem to have the luck with managers sometimes. Literally, that's
Would you say you're like, what's the word?
It's not me, though.
No,
that's the thing.
It's not
yeah? It's not me,
it's them.
No, I know it's them, but I'm serious.
It's not me.
Yeah. So when you were in Spain...
So I had to leave, basically,
really?
Because
so you just left?
I would basically... Whatever. I was seeing a girl...
of course,
always, man. I was seeing a girl, and he was with a choreographer from our team, and then like basically a few kind of days kept on going by, but I was like, why is my day off changed with my girl, and why has you got the day off with my girl and I got day off with his girl? This is a bit weird, a bit fishy like, and basically I started kind of going, okay, well let me investigate in this shit and let me basically be this next 007 kind of whatever, and literally I went out my own way while everyone's working, performing. I thought I'm not performing tonight, I'm gonna do my job tonight to really find out what's going on, and went to the apartments area, and there was a curtain, one of those kind of curtain, like really see-through curtain,
right?
So I walked past and I just see them both there just having a lovely time,
really,
and I'm going, that's great,
having a lovely time.
I literally just knocked and went, great.
So that's when you left, is it?
And then after that, obviously more things happened and more. And I kind of just felt, again, negativity, anything. If I notice negative kind of vibes around me, if it's someone I knew for years and he comes to me being negative, I'd rather just go, bye. Like, I just can't be around it. I don't like negative people, negativity at all. There's no need of it. And if someone's negative, if there's a reason behind it, I'm happy to help them and show them like the positive kind of route. But if someone's like, I just don't know what it is. So he was very negative and other people were negative. So I thought, well, this is not good for me. Even though I left UK to come to Spain to gain experience, I think, overall.
Well, that's what you do, innit? That's what people, I think it's important for people, like, I think traveling is a very big thing to do.
It's so mentally.
Otherwise,
because you're just on your own and you're there with people that you don't even have a clue what they are. Can you trust them? Can you not? And
because when you went up to Canada,
I knew nobody.
Yeah,
like,
you didn't know. Well, you had family, you had cousins.
I had my cousin who I'd met when I was like fucking like 3 years old.
Jesus Christ.
She moved to Canada, and I lived with her for 7 months, but I also lived with my girlfriend at the time. Mainly with her, honestly. I think I spent like 80% of my time in Canada with her in her apartment, and 20% of the time with where I was actually meant to be. And like it was like I didn't know fucking anybody. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know. I was fucking terrible. You don't know who you can fucking trust.
Me,
you don't know.
Not like anything against you.
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't. Nothing against you, Lee. But like, I'm quite like and you are as well. You're quite like an out person, so you can speak to anybody and we'll have a chat.
Yeah, I think 100%.
So when you went,
open.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, open.
But like when you came back, from Spain. What was your plan then? Did you
basically, before me actually quitting working for Active, the company that if anyone wants to work there, please don't.
Oh wow,
that's serious.
That's what's up.
That's what's going on. So literally, before I quit, it was literally.
What the fuck did you say? It's like, oh shit.
Before obviously me making the decision to leave, Stacey Flinders, big up Stacey Flinders. She's been like the best ever. She's a choreographer for Parktown Resorts, and she's amazing, and she's just cool. And basically, she told me, what's going on now, blah, blah, blah. And I said to her, like, I really want to come back to UK now. I really want to come back to the company if I can. Is there any way I can do it? And she was like, yeah, I can put you on, the Showstopper flagship park in Sanford, which is the place that I just literally left a few months ago.
Oh, is it?
So she was able to give me the chance to work back to the company that I used to work at, and literally went from there to me having a placement then.
Really?
To literally, I was from me
leaving
Spain.
You came from Spain straight to there?
One day home with my family, which I haven't seen since probably maybe like 6 months, just going, hi guys, yeah, bye, see you, and then going straight into working as an entertainer then in Sanford, which was basically near Bournemouth area.
Really?
So
shit, I didn't realise you went straight from there to like there, basically.
Yeah, literally straight in.
Was that, so obviously again, you left Swansea and then you went to Spain, and then you went from Spain to Sanford, so it wasn't Swansea again.
No,
so were you happy that you got that chance to go back
100%,
there?
yeah, because I didn't want to go, no offence to Swansea as a city, but I think it's the fact that once you leave Swansea for so many years, I think the last place you want to go back to is the Swansea, because you because you feel like oh, I'm starting from the bottom again. Okay, great, cool. So I kind of felt like
it's like a taste of like the actual world.
Yeah,
like,
and I think
Swansea
testers, like weird.
Swansea tests
us. My mind, and it tests like my emotions, and it tests my like movement and direction and opportunity, like everything overall. Like,
I just feel like an outcast here. That's how I feel.
Okay.
I just feel like a fucking outcast here. Yeah. Like I don't feel like I fit in with like anybody, to be honest.
Really?
No. Yeah, for real.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I fucking moved to Toronto.
Canada,
yeah. Because I felt like a fucking outcast. Yeah.
But I feel
I didn't know that though.
I think when you move somewhere like again, from different places, from like say going from Swansea to going to like say when I was working in Bournemouth, then Spain, and then again to going to Bournemouth again, or like even though Treacle Bay is like half an hour away from Swansea, Porthcawl, whatever, you still kind of feel like you're kind of in a different world because.
Well, it is completely different.
All,
when I was born in Bridgend, like I'm from Porthcawl, so like when I go back, it's so like my nan lives there, like my family there, so I always have good memories. But I could never ever live there. It is so dead. It's so quiet.
It's dead, isn't it?
Yeah, literally everyone's like not in a bad way. Everyone's quite old. It's like quite an older. It's not. Yeah, it's shit.
It's
basically.
just shit.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
Like, you don't need to tell me anymore.
If for me, if there's not a McDonald's in the place, there's you can't really.
From Porthcawl.
Yeah, I like Porthcawl. I love Porthcawl.
It's shit.
Yeah, but whatever. But when you went, when you went to Sanford, were you doing the Bruno Mars tribute there?
So I was doing Bruno stuff. I think it legit like kicked off more in Spain, and I think in Spain like. You don't go to a hotel and you see Bruno Mars. Like it's more of like you see like ABBA and like Queen and all that shit. I'm sorry, but ABBA, man. Oh.
Holy shit! No way! Holy fuck! Is that? Oh, bro, we can. You know what? We can talk about which artists you don't like. And are you? What type of music do you listen to too? Like
anything
what are you,
really? I don't like rock. I think It's not my vibe. Yeah. Like watching a band is like
no.
I wouldn't watch
a
rock band.
Yeah, rock band. No, like if it's like a cool band, like that's kind of like like your friends are in or whatever. Like I don't mind it because it's like you're supporting your like peeps. But like when it comes to like watching, if someone wants to go watch rock band, I'd be like, no.
Do you like rap?
Love rap.
Well, like give me like your top 3 artists.
Top 3 or top 5.
Rap. Whatever ones you like, really. You don't have to. You don't have to like categorize like number 1 is.
No. Yeah. Like, well, H is sick. Even though he's like new. He's like new in the scene. He's pretty cool.
What's his name?
He's got H. He's got
like
H. Pretty cool.
Oh, like, so you're into like? H. Are you into more UK rap? Or?
UK, yeah, more UK. But I guess well, yeah. There's H. There's Dave. There's
Dave.
AJ,
You've released a new track. Have you listened to it?
Sick. Yeah. Biggie Smalls, I love it because it's like a cool, it's like a shower gang.
Yeah.
Shower gang. What I'm saying. Shower gang.
Something like that. That's a prison thing. That's a shower gang.
No, like a shower song. Sorry, I meant not gang. I don't know what I'm saying.
So what so like what I was saying about when you went back to Sanford. Yeah. When you were in Sanford, did you like the idea about being back in like the UK? Because obviously you go away.
I liked it because I missed Jaffa Cakes. I know it sounds weird.
Fair enough.
I missed Jaffa Cakes. I missed Nando's. I missed. Like
they don't
I miss like talking to people rather than going like I know it sounds me like just being it's not in like a way of I don't know. I think when you're in Spain it's the fact that when you go on stage, so before obviously like you're doing like a game show, you go on stage and you go, right, shit, I gotta talk, like I gotta say things in Spanish, I gotta say things maybe in Italian, I gotta say things in English and then possibly like in Czech, and so you gotta go on stage, and it's the fact that before you get to the English you're already like, I just want to leave the stage.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that you got to talk and introduce different things in like 4 different ways.
Really?
Because you got to go,
fuck,
damas caballeros, in Spanish. Then you go to the same thing, but in a different language, because there might be guests from different places. Yeah. Then you got to maybe say it in Slovakian or in Polish. And then you got the English lot going, please hurry up, mate, I got to go to bed. And then you're going, ladies and gentlemen, the next show is... So it's the fact that you... So like, oh my God, like, this is so annoying. Like, I just want to say in English. So it's the fact that you can be able to then go into the swing of things, just going, right, okay, I just want to be around... British people, I don't know, it sounds horrible.
No, it's not horrible.
But I just want to be around like British people, around then constantly being around like foreigners. It's all great. I mean, I'm foreign and it's not like in any racist kind of way, but it's the fact that sometimes it's nice to leave that side. I mean, you learn a lot about different nationalities, like my G's, like so many, like I've learned so many things about French people and German. Yeah. And it's great, it is what it is.
So when you were in Sanford, did you have like, well, anywhere actually? Have you had any like horrendous shows or like something that's
give us absolutely show and so, call them out too, state their name, cuz
so basically
state their name.
I was singing this was in the Bruno show, basically it was the worst thing ever. I was singing a slow song. It was to basically like before I sing When I Was Your Man, I say the whole thing like, right, is there anyone that's married or anyone in love, and if there is, can you come to the dance, we'll have a little dance, whatever. Not maybe they're kind of dancing anyway, but it's love. That kind of if anyone's in love, nice. Come down and they go, yeah, me, I've been married for 40 years. I'm like, oh, amazing, come down to the dance floor, let's I'll sing and you have a little smooch, or maybe not too much because there's kids involved, all that malarkey. And then I'm singing now, it's probably getting into it, and I don't know what was going on, but before singing it was like this kind of noise came out.
Jesus.
So you got the whole and you heard it all going like together. It was like so perfect at the time, going that kind of thing. And I mean, and then how can you go from that to then going say baby, like it's so orc. So I kind of just went. I just kind of froze, and the song was playing, and I was like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. How can I like make it like not seem like I just messed up?
Recover from that.
And I just literally, I think I kept at least like 5 seconds, but the 5 seconds felt like so long.
Yeah.
I was just like froze. The lights hit me in Sanford. The lights hit me, and I was just like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. And I literally just looked at him, and I just went straight to the chorus. Literally, and that was the worst one I'd done. But then on top of that, as a team show, because we used to do a lot of like team shows, where we did like a screen show where it was all about like visuals, and it was like quite pretty cool. And my shoe, I don't know what it was, I think my laser was like slowly getting undone, and I basically just fell to the ground and literally just couldn't get up because my ankle went and twisted. So I had to, from the middle of the stage, basically Sanford stage, like it's quite huge. So basically to go from the middle stage, having to crawl.
You had to crawl across the stage.
Literally like pull myself from the floor to the actual wing because I genuinely couldn't get up.
Really?
Swear down, I don't know what happened to my leg. It was like froze. Like my ankle just froze, and I just genuinely couldn't get out. So I literally got my team laughing, pissing themselves, trying to sing. I'm still trying to sing while still trying to, like, you know, crawl across the stage.
So how long were you back in Sanford then when you came back then?
So when I came back, I was there overall a year and 8 months. Year and 8 months. Yes, I was there in 2018, and then obviously this year, and I left this year the beginning, the first 2 weeks I think it was in August.
So was that your, like, if you was so before Spain you were where? Sorry.
So basically I was in 2014-15 in Treco. Third year I was in Spain. Fourth year I was in Sanford, and then this year again Sanford. And then finished.
So out of all of them, which one was your favourite?
Pardon me, God, what's going on? Spain.
Yeah,
100%.
Spain.
I think why? Spain. You don't have to pretend, not even pretend, but you don't have to constantly think like, right, so these people are watching me, so I need to be like top notch, or you never felt on edge. You could be literally like you yourself, where if you genuinely like you finish work, like you can literally go around the guests and have a drink with them. Yeah. You could like shots.
So you didn't.
I didn't feel like I had to like put on a show even after work.
Because we were saying that earlier on. You were saying like after you finish the show, you still feel like you had to be in work mode and kind of feel like being more of an entertainer. So it was more relaxed. It was much more relaxed,
and the people were relaxed because it was sunny. The energy was great. You know, you felt like every morning you wake up. I was buzzing to come. I know it sounds weird, but I was buzzing to come to work because I knew I would be on an activity around the pool doing like Zumba. Like who doesn't love Zumba? Like, do you know what I mean? It was so sick. And you know, the mums are there like loving life. You know, the daughters, and you know everyone's there like loving. You know, the whole kind of atmosphere because it's sunny and they're on holiday, and it was just a completely different life.
I bet it is quite different. Like from going like from like a campsite,
caravan site to Spain,
by a pool. That wouldn't be too bad.
I mean, the money. I mean, it was kind of like similar in some way, but
you are in Spain. You're working in Spain. You get to work 100%.
Abroad. But you get free food, free accommodation, free drinks, and whereas when you work in UK, and when I have been in UK, you know, you get whatever you get, but then you got to pay £50 for accommodation and then the rest as well on food and drinks. Really? So you're kind of spending more, not able to save as much. Yeah. So you end up losing more money. So it's kind of like, Spain 100% was better. And the links, the connections you have. I mean, the amount of footballers I met. I'm not into football, but you know, when you kind of going out drinking with these cool footballers, you know, they're treating you the whole day and night for the whole week, and you know, CEOs of these big companies. Like it generally is a best place to kind of be at to get links, connections.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what it's about, really, isn't it? Just networking, really. Because that's how. Exactly. Yeah. And that's how you get going with brands. That's how you get going as an artist. As everything. So you came back now to Swansea, obviously from Sanford, and you've got this brand. So it's a different brand. So obviously the Kurina one. So that's his brand. This is his hoodie. Show him. I don't. Have you seen it? Have you seen this? Yeah, it's nice. They got like the Kurina design.
Yeah, Kurina thing on there.
Let me take a feel. Nice.
It's a nice feel.
Yeah, it's just good. Just like a chilled.
You can ring it up. You can answer it if you want.
Yeah,
I know it sounds weird, but it's like a. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
Oh.
Right.
Look.
Everything all good?
Yeah.
You got to be somewhere.
No, it's fine. You've got like. Okay, cool. Right, it's fine.
You sure, bro?
Just brand stuff.
Yeah, it's one of the boys because he's giving me a lift back. Hang on, it's fine.
What time does he get back?
Hold on.
Because I mean, we've been recording for a while anyway. So
how long is it?
An hour now.
Is it sick?
Yeah. So like, I mean, if like,
we can wrap it up in like half an hour if you wanted to. If that would be alright with you.
Even less.
50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Yeah, is that cool?
That's 50 minutes.
Sorry, I'm trying to message back, not being rude.
It's all good. No, it's all good. It's fine.
Plus, we have that fucking surprise.
Yes, we do have the surprise.
We don't have a surprise.
I wanted to speak about this because this is one that he's kind of doing, and then I want to talk about your future stuff as well.
Okay, boom. Right, it's fine. It's cool.
Okay,
so
brand.
Kurina brand. It's
your last name.
Yes, it's my. Well done, man. 10 points.
He remembered, 10 points.
I'm just saying, it's like it's your last name.
So basically, so I thought, okay, so the first brand didn't work out. Boohoo, never mind. Thank you. Next, as I say, and I thought, okay, so for me myself to get out there as like Martin Kurina, people will know me from music, from if it's me coming to their school. I mean, even to this day now, I'm randomly say shopping somewhere and they'd be like a girl going, "Oh, mommy, that's the guy that comes to my school like back in." So you kind of still think, okay, cool. So there's some people that still kind of remember me from that, which is cool, which is good, and you know, it's a great way to kind of go out there and help these young people and whatever. So I thought, okay, cool. So for me to do something other than just constantly perform in different places and, you know, being in this annoying little person, whatever, why don't I create a brand where I can literally use the brand to promote, sponsor, create some kind of like hype on other people than just myself.
I like it.
So if I can literally have a brand like what it is now, where I've already sponsored, say, DJ and Doms, you know, we sponsored him, and I thought, okay, cool.
I saw that,
you know, the day to like sponsor him, I thought, right, do you want a gig in Scotland? He was like, yeah, boom, let's go. So we got Scotland now, a gig in there in Argyll Holidays, which is like this like a private event thing happening. So you can kind of go, okay, so it's a brand now where it's literally just like a unisex brand where my plan wasn't to do any like kid sizes, nothing, but then having like so many like mom's message going, I want a son and daughter and mum and dad kind of hoodie thing going on. I thought, okay, cool, whatever, let's expand, let's make it a little collection thing going on. So it literally just went from me talking about it, man, it's been over like this time last year I was talking about it, and only now I'm doing it, so it's been over like a year where it like actually happened and made it like, possible to work.
For me, looking at the brand, obviously, as knowing you for such a long time and seeing MTK and everything like that, this one, like I said earlier on, feels much more genuine. Yeah, it feels 100%. Like a much more genuine brand, as in like
it's your last name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's your last name, but I mean, like it's not like pumping out clothes after clothes. Just like, it's right, limited, we'll do the pink, black. Yeah, it's nice because it's like.
Oh, you do pink.
Yeah. Oh, do you do pink? You do pink hoodies.
Yeah, we've got that coming out soon. Yeah. So it's the collection overall is like 7 hoodies. Then obviously whilst that's happening, so it's like us going, right guys, we've got these hoodies out there now, go and buy it. Obviously we've got such a low stock now, so when the stock is sold out, then it'll give me at least a month then to design the next collection. So it's literally like what you said about limited edition stuff. It'll literally be like the first thing I want to get out as much as I can is the hoodies. Once the hoodies are sold out, then I'm going, right guys, we're going to be closed for 1 month because we're going to be designing a new thing.
It's coming soon, right?
Like 100%.
Okay, because this is the best time
like it's already like out anyway for like pre-order. Right, okay. But what I've been doing a lot of the times, even when I get on pre-order, I still been able to go, right, well, rather than you waiting for like 2-3 weeks, I'll just send it to you like in 5 days or whatever. So it's kind of giving the public, people out there who are supporting it, whoever they are, obviously, well, the item there and then, and also they can be able to share it online. And
Instagram, what's your plans with the brand?
With the brand, I want to try and do as much as I can to do with, like, say, creating events through the brand, being able to create some work for other people as well. So if I can kind of host, say, an event through the Kurina brand, it'll be allowing different people, like for example Doms and other people out there, you know, that want to gain work and want to gain exposure. And if I can already make the brand as big as I can, be able to kind of get the people out there to really feel like connected to the brand more than anything. And I think, you know, the fact that, again, there's so many models out there that, I want to become a model, but I want to be able to have a photo shoot. Well, if I can go, well, if you want a photo shoot, why don't I chuck you some of my clothing, you promote my clothing, and you also promote yourself, then that way you're getting like a little small portfolio, and then you got something happening there, and the magic's making it happen. You know, where there's some kids, even some mums going, my son would love to be a model, and I was like, sound, like, cool, well, let's get your son in the photo shoot. You know, we booked a photo shoot, and then boom, next thing you know it, the mum's going, oh my god, my son's being seen by so many people online, he's That's the sick. Next this, and then, so eventually, I want to be able to create some cool clothing that you wouldn't really see on a day-to-day basis. Like, for example, I want to create like which we got coming soon, like denim jackets, where obviously in Swansea, like there's only a few places that you might probably go, but I think the only kind of item you probably find is like Supreme, with like, say, you've got denim jacket at the back, you've got the artworks, and you know, the real paintings. I want to make it as much as I can like handmade, creations with me working again with like, I know a guy that works in the kebab shop, but then on the daytime he's like an artist and painter, so if I can get him to transfer his own stuff that he does, getting design, and again giving him the opportunity to actually go, well, even though I work in a kebab shop, why don't I actually do the things I've studied and I've worked and you know, taught myself in that way to create some kind of creations with these clothing. So I don't know, it's just getting out there, and you know, there's been some even footwear happenings things next year.
That's sick.
Being able to kind of create some cool like shoes there. So I think overall, whatever can happen. And again, if it works out, if it doesn't, it's just something that I can go, right, I tried it, and that's great.
The most important thing. You keep trying.
Because you just got to keep it trying. Yeah,
because that's what we want to do. We just wanted to. We literally were like, do you want to do a podcast? And he was like, I was like, yeah. Well then,
it was like the last year. He was like, do you want to do a podcast? Did we talk about this last podcast? I don't fucking know. And he was like. And I was like, nah, fam, I'm moving to Canada. and the way he wanted to record a podcast, bro, I was not down with it.
No,
it was just like, if you think Skype. This is B-Tech, bro.
Yeah,
I was just like, we're gonna have to at least attempt to try and do properly. So we actually started like setting the shit up.
Nice,
but we're like, obviously we're coming to the end of it now, more than anything. But a week today, there's something happening for you. So obviously you need to, this is about you as well. And I don't know if you know. I don't really know.
I don't know.
So in a week's time.
Is it a London thing?
No.
So in literally 7 days, I'm gonna be announcing what TV show I'm on. It's with ITV. So literally this time last year, I got off the plane and I was on the train heading home to Swansea. Basically, I got in touch with
in
ITV,
7 days,
and in 7 days I'm gonna be announcing it. Yeah, so literally this time next week, I'll be announcing it to everyone.
That's brilliant.
Breaking it a little bit, but it'll be what it'll be. What show I'm doing and what I got involved with and what's been happening. So there's gonna be a few articles hopefully out there to read, so let's hope they're good.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it should be all very exciting. Like I said, I think it was a kind of whole 8 days, I think it was overall, or let's just like over a week.
Yeah.
With ITV and the things you learn, you find out, and you experience is like the next level thing. So yeah, this show should hopefully, fingers crossed, as a performer as well. And for me, it was getting that kind of exposure as well.
Yeah.
Getting some work and getting some other things with
exactly.
it. So
nice
anything
so
can
where
happen.
So obviously with that coming out in a week's time, obviously you announcing it. Do you feel like you're at the best point of your life now?
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mentally, emotionally, physically, everything, I think 100%. Because I think when you kind of go through sometimes a bad part, you got to kind of go, right, where's the door, where's the light, okay, there it is, and you just got to chase and run for it until you genuinely find it, and you open it and you go, okay, great, so what can I do? Because I think there's so many people sometimes that would rather than having a lie-in and chilling out and lazing out, sometimes it's better to just kind of get up first thing in the morning and just straight away do whatever you got to do.
Exactly.
And I think that means so much to a lot of people, but then some people kind of go as well, why are you chasing it so much? Well, like I said, I've worked so hard the last 5 years. I've been up and I've been down, and there's been moments where sometimes you just feel like you've got no one to turn to. You've got your family, but sometimes your family don't really understand what you're going through because they don't get it. If I was to say to my mum and dad, oh, this is the business I want to create, even with this now, I'm mentioning to them what I want to create, they're going, okay, that's fine, but what happened with the first brand?
Yeah.
And they'll go always back to that, or whatever I do, they'll go, right, okay, but are they paying you for this? Are you doing this? And they always question things. So I think I just want to be, not more than anything, proof to people out there that if I can make it and if I can do whatever I have to do, it's not about me being famous and me being all this and whatever. It's literally me kind of going, right, I made it now, so I know what I've done, so let's help people out there who's ready to be do you know what I mean? And it's literally gaining that exposure for other people, and that's what I feel the most, and I think that's what I get the most kind of best feeling, is helping people out there. And I think I've always done that, when I even had the shittest dance school of my life, even that, the fact that I had in my local area where I just hired out a community centre, for example, when I moved to Penlan, I thought, well, how can I fit in Penlan? Oh my god, I'm a dancer, a gay guy, wearing skinny jeans and baggy jumper, whatever, trying to dance on the street. But then you kind of go, oh, okay, well, how can I fit in with these guys either on horses or motorbikes or honestly not in line or racing cars, whatever, do you know what I mean? So I thought, okay, cool, well, these kids need something, my little sister needs something, so if I can open a dance school where literally not qualified, nothing, just coming into the centre, using it for the kids, for me to just kind of go, right guys, let's all learn how to dance, let's create something, make it happen, then it's just something to do. I don't know. And I think people out there who are now huge influencers, all they care about is money and all that products being sent to them, but they don't really care about the people that actually follow them. And I think the people that do follow me, they've been so supportive.
That's good.
Some of them I don't know, some of them I do know, and it's great to see some people even follow it from the beginning to now. And yeah, it's cool. It's cool, and it's really exciting.
And as someone as I've known you for such a long time,
it's been a while.
It's good to see you you seem genuinely happier now.
Yeah,
you seem
I feel happier. Definitely.
It's not just I'm putting on this. I'm not putting on this clothes and advertising this because I'm paid to do this or anything like that. It's genuine, a thing of oh, it'd be quite cool to bring this out and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's good to see you at such a good point in your life.
Yeah, and it's good, definitely.
And like I said earlier on, I've said to you as well.
What?
With you coming on now, 6 months down the line, it'd be good to get a chance to talk again because it's really good.
Definitely. See how you're doing.
Definitely.
Do you feel like you get to know him a bit more?
Have I gone to know him? Yeah, of course. Now I know what you're actually doing. I had no idea what the Bruno Mars Tribute.
But that's sick. It's sick. It's sick.
So anybody's what does that mean?
That's cool.
Now I
know.
Cool.
Exactly.
Now I know what you do.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's about it, really, isn't it?
No, there is one more thing.
Yes.
So this is a new thing. I was gonna mention it on the first podcast. But my brain is just stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
stupid.
This is new. So this is new. This is with
you
everything.
this isn't something that we've planned or like with you or
anything. This is literally just we're winging it. So
right.
I want
guy jumping out there.
No, bring him in. It's right. So we're gonna do a new thing where at the end of every podcast we're gonna have whenever we have a guest, pretty much they're gonna tell us the most. If you have any scary
stories,
horror story, like what's the word?
Ghost story.
Ghost. That's the but there's another word for ghost.
Spirits? No.
No. The actual paranormal story.
Yeah.
Do you have any paranormal? Like, if you have any, give us your scary.
I can relate to my cousin.
Right.
Okay. If
that's
your cousin's
good.
Okay.
Any story that you know in your life, and somebody who you have in your life.
Okay. Yeah. So
this is the part.
A few years ago, my cousin, obviously, when we went to England to visit, he was like, basically, my house is haunted, and we were like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, 'cause sometimes, I mean, I do believe in ghosts, and I do believe in spirits, and I do believe in that malarkey. But basically, yeah, it was very weird. And anyway, he was like, basically, I think, I'm basically being like, what's that word where the spirit goes inside you? Possessed. And I was like,
he felt possessed.
He basically felt possessed, and I was like,
shit.
Oh, he felt possessed.
Oh no, he did. Yeah, and I was like, right, okay. So what do you mean? Is that, well, every time I sleep, like, say for example, the bed's here, the pillow's here, and he's sleeping like on the pillow. He'd wake up the next day the opposite way. So he would be like, oh, this is weird. And that sounds strange. You think, oh, well. You probably just move down and that's it. But he genuinely, anyway, so that kind of like little stories, whatever, he would be like, say, on Skype to us and telling us a few things. But then he started like every other day having like weird marks on his body. We were like, shit, okay. So he was like, basically like, my neck's really hurting, and I feel like I've been not strangled, but I've been like choked. And I was like, what do you mean though? Like, you've been choked? And I was like, this is fucking weird. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Then he started getting scars. Because he basically, while he was sleeping, he felt someone was generally choking.
Does he have any animals?
No.
Shit.
I mean, I don't know what animal would go.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe like a cat or something.
Yeah, God knows. Yeah. But yeah, so it was kind of weird. Anyway, but yeah, so overall he was getting possessed, where basically, he had to get like someone actually come into the house, and it was like a spiritual lady all the way from like Slovakia or somewhere, I don't know, and she had to come in, and she had to like, well, as soon as she entered the house, she was like, wow, okay, there's 100% a spirit here that does not want me, and I unfortunately cannot enter this house. I think it definitely is. You know, it's like what you see on TV, and it literally was legit. You know, even to this day, he's got scars on his back where literally this
Does he still
demon.
live there?
Sorry?
Does he still?
Oh no, he moved that ages ago. Yeah, he moved ages ago. But literally, it was like it was mental, and the lady found out about this guy who basically killed all his family with a razor, and he did not want anyone to live in the house, and basically he wanted to do everything he could to well, not kill my cousin, but somehow do something to him to
get him out of the house.
And
he did. That's the end of the story.
Well, fucking
Jesus
done.
Christ,
you
fair play.
I'll be fucking happy.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's a good thing to do at the end. It'd be quite like interesting to hear if like and it's good for you not to have an idea about it before, because then you could have been like, all right, I'll make all that stuff.
Yeah, you
but
could
then,
do that.
Then you
but
think.
Yeah, true that.
But no,
if you don't have any, then fucking you don't have any.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't have a story, you don't have to say anything. Yeah,
true that.
But no, thank you very much for coming on the podcast, my good sir.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. It was amazing to meet you. Honestly, appreciate it. Thank
you
so much.
Where can they find you at?
Give your socials
just check out the Kurina page on Instagram. So you just search Martin Kurina, that's with the K. And you'll be able to find my page. It's on the bio anyway, so yeah.
And keep your eyes peeled on your story for a week, isn't it?
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled to my story for a week. There's going to be a few things posted. Obviously, I can't post as much because
what's the date that you're announcing this? Because this podcast will not go up today. So it's 7 days. So when?
So the 25th, I'm announcing exactly what's happening because
so it's all good.
That's when the people are sending me stuff for me to post and whatever. So
25th of November. That's
25th of November. So
thank you, honestly, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Yes, thank you very much.
Amazing.
Yeah,
thank you
very much.
Yeah.